Okay, live.
All right. So you guys had a chance to read both of those really short poems, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so the first question asks us, what does each poem have to say about what is expected of women regarding beauty?
Huh?
Sorry, I hiccup.
I felt like the one. Well, actually, they kind of both go along with just like physical appearance, just how that's what everyone just notices and cares about. Like the first one, like talking about like at first she was like taking medicine, so she like didn't care about beauty, but in reality, like she was sucking in her stomach, watching her reflection, like dumb blonde, so just like physical stuff, and then like the Barbie one, it even said like she was intelligent and everything, but like people were just like, you have a fat nose and thick legs, like they didn't care about what she was, like who she was, but cared about what she was.
And I think with the Barbie one too is it says she possessed strong arms and back, but they used it in a negative way. So strong is not a feminine characteristic.
Yeah, that's true. This is kind of just saying the same thing, but I just thought of
Wait, I can't hear you.
Oh, can you hear me now? Hello. You can't hear me, Raylene?
Wait, oh, there you go. You're back on.
Okay. There was this like okay. There was this thing that I saw on YouTube once. It's like Can you hear me?
No, you keep freezing every time you begin to talk.
No.
Oh no.
I don't know why.
Maybe it's picking up her background sounds.
I don't know.
Maybe. Can you hear me now? Okay. There was this thing I saw on YouTube. It was like a poem, but he like performed it sort of, and he speaks about this woman that he grew up with, and when she was little, like she was fine, and then one day someone like I don't know, it was like she had like a big birthmark on her face, and all the kids started making fun of her once they realized like, oh hey, that's not beautiful. So I feel like it's like, I don't know, I just thought about that because of this poem where they're talking about her fat legs or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah.
For that Barbie doll film, when they say, so she cut off her nose and her legs and offered them up, is that like a metaphor for plastic surgery? Is that?
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like also talks about how, like, especially now, society really depends on plastic surgery and
Yeah.
And not now.
Yeah, sorry. Crazy because like this may be too like super extreme, but it kind of seemed like I felt like she kind of killed herself.
Yeah.
And then like because it says in the casket
displayed.
Yeah. Like, the Undertaker's cosmetics, so like they put a note, so they put everyone's like, oh, isn't she pretty? You know what I mean? It's just kind of like,
yeah.
She's pretty.
So I was kind of thinking.
So.
Yeah, so it's like because her good nature like wore out, so she kind of like was just exhausted of it all, and so she just killed herself, and then she was finally beautiful because they fixed what was wrong with her, but like, you know, I mean, not really.
Yeah. Have you guys heard the song Mrs. Potato Head by Melanie
That's-
Martinez?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought of. She talks about like plastic surgery and like I don't
No,
know.
but I'm writing it down so I can listen to it.
It's really good actually. But yeah, like I just looked
Potato.
up the lyrics and there's like a part like if you weren't born with it, you can buy a couple ornaments. Like I don't know.
Oh, sorry. Cool.
What else does she say? I don't know. She talks about like men looking at the women and things like that also. But
Will a pretty face make it better?
yeah.
Is it true that pain is beauty?
Mhm.
Aw. It's
Yeah.
cool because like pain, or what was I gonna say? I think it was about. Yeah, but like what I also wanted to add was that it's like very kind of sexualized, both of them. Like they're both like it's for the people around them to be like even in the beauty one it talks about the football player and like it refers to like a bed spring, so
Yeah.
and what he's thinking about, and then like even in the Barbie talks about how she like has like like a natural sexual drive, but then like
Mhm.
I even thought about even at the very end it says consummation at last, and so I was like, okay, what does that really mean? So I googled it, and one is like the binding of marriage like through like sex, but then there's also like the finish, so it's kind of like I can both relate, just like it's for the reason you're being so beautiful is that like you know what I mean. I don't know if I'm making myself clear.
I think so, yeah.
I get it, yeah.
Okay.
I think another thing too is in the Barbie one, she apologizes. She apologizes for having a fat nose and big
Oh
legs.
yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah, right there. Nice.
So like it's like almost like beauty is your fault if you're not. You need to apologize for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true. What?
Okay.
No, sorry.
No, you can go ahead.
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay. I was just going to add, like, it's just really interesting how she literally has everything. Like, she's healthy, she's smart, but just because of like her nose and legs, like, it completely changes her life. And it kind of reminds me of how, like, we always, like, as humans, we kind of tend to focus on like the negatives rather than just like the positive things and the things that actually really matter.
Yeah, like even if you like think about it, like if you had a Barbie doll like to play with as a kid, and it was like kind of like chubbier, like compared to the old one, you kind of be like, what is this? Like I don't want to play with it.
Yeah.
But then you're like, but it's a doll. Like you have a doll to play with, but it's just not good enough, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, let's go to the next question. What are the options faced by women who want to try to meet the standards of beauty society sets? So,
Yeah, go ahead.
one thing that I noticed was at the beginning of the Barbie one, it talked about miniature DE stoves and irons and wee lipstick colors. So it's almost like the toys you're giving your girls to play with are representing small and docile kind of things, like being a housewife or just being small and petite. It's kind of a theme. So I mean, I'm not saying personally, I don't think toys are that big of a deal, but in this article they emphasize those two things.
Mhm.
And also, I feel like it kind of mentions how like we'll never reach the perfect beauty standard. Like no matter what, we're gonna grow old. We're gonna turn 30. I think in the beauty poem it says like, wait, just like shrugged and tossed her shaggy head. Kind of just reminds me of like people growing old, and no matter how much plastic surgery you have, you can't really defeat the signs of aging. So no matter, yeah, so I think that's an obstacle women will have to face, is they can't defeat time.
Mhm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of also thought like obstacles as in what you're naturally given is never enough. So like plastic surgery, like, or even it says in the Barbie one, like exercise, diet, like you
Mhm.
have to look a certain way. And then I think also in beauty, like you have to act a certain way. So like her shrill laugh and like curly hair.
Yeah.
Like it's, where does it say? Oh, and also like you for the something to back it up. It even says like then one day her time of prettiness was over,
Yeah.
but like there's still beautiful women in magazines. Like it's just, it will end. It's just natural.
Yeah.
But sorry, I was gonna say about her. Where is it? Oh yeah, sucking in her stomach. You know, like watching her reflection, just like those physical standards that need to be met according to society.
Nice, nice. I think also in the poem Beauty, when it says that talks about the vessels in her face, it says they're faint but permanent. So it doesn't matter if they're faint or obvious, they're still there.
Yeah.
So just it's interesting how
Yeah, like no matter how much you change the outside, you can't really change your inside and the thought process and how it affects you. Especially like in the Barbie doll poem, she has to apologize and she's feeling all these negative things because of of how people perceive her. And that's already kind of engraved in her mind. And all she's doing is changing her outside appearance and not her inside of how she thinks of herself.
Mhm.
Kind of, I don't know if this kind of goes or if it's like contradictory, but like at the end of the beauty poem, he's like talking about that she like had no use for that external beauty anymore, and so she like had no use for her, so she like threw it out. And he goes, but that too was beautiful. Like just know it, like her accepting her inside was like that's what was beautiful. I don't know if
Yeah.
that helps or, but yeah.
No, I think that's like the final step to accept who you are.
Yeah.
and that leads into the next question. I like that. It asks what the consequences are for those who don't want to fit into society's beauty.
Oh, that don't meet the standards.
Don't meet the beauty.
Yeah. Well,
So,
it
like-
just says what are the consequences for those that do not. But in the
Oh.
first one, who want to try to
the
meet,
standards.
they didn't want to try.
So I think like the second or yeah, the Barbie doll. She like, oh wait, am I mixing the casket? There we go, Barbie doll. Like didn't meet up, killed herself. You know, like horrible. Like just because it's
But
so
the
important.
thing is, she wanted to meet those expectations, right?
Well, I
So
think
she
the question.
tried so
Oh,
hard.
sorry. I thought the question was that what happens for those that do not meet the standards of the.
Oh, that's the next question, I think. You guys see the question in between? It's like,
This is
what are
What
the
those who don't
consequences for
want
those that do
to.
not?
Oh, okay. That don't.
And I just like, I assumed it meant that don't want to meet the expectations.
Okay, and then the next one goes with cannot meet those expectations. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I did.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
really feel like the poems address women who
Yeah.
don't want to. But
Yeah.
So I'm
I don't
guessing
know.
it's the
I feel like
opposite. Continue.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Well, I feel like we could kind of just guess on like if the poem is saying that she killed herself because she didn't need it. So like for those who don't want it, like they don't care, and so I
Mhm.
feel like they just appreciate because because I guess if you go back to the beauty poem, like she throws it away, like she doesn't care, and so
Mhm.
like she took this medicine that made her not who she used to be, and so what she had left was what was inside of her,
Yeah.
and so she saw
Yeah.
the beauty in that. I'm
Yeah.
just trying.
Yeah.
And I think like the most obvious answer is they won't have plastic surgery or
Yeah.
depend on medication.
Yeah. They will put themselves through. Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Go under the knife.
Under the knife. Scary.
Well, and I think also with that, they don't tell us what medicine she was taking,
Yeah.
but I assume it's for her health. So it means she's like putting her health before her beauty. And I think that's very important before we consider how we look to the outside world. So,
Yeah. I was kind of thinking like maybe like cancer, kind of like how.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And her sister tells her she'll never be beautiful again.
Oh yeah, it's like
Why
all
would
right.
if
Thanks,
she's
sis.
sick, why? Yeah. Why would
Love you
that
too.
should be least on your mind? Interesting.
nice. And I think the spring also symbolizes like a new beginning
Yeah.
because
Rebirth.
it was spring. So,
Aw, spring.
nice. All right. Any other comments for that question?
Nah.
Right. Let's get down to the next one. What happens when someone cannot meet society's expectations?
Okay, yeah. So I think. Sorry, I was so excited, but like just leads to like personal torment, kind of like where to the extreme where in this case she ended her life because it was just so important in society, like that's all it was obsessed over, and so extreme expectations.
I think it also like I don't know, like other people, like the world is gonna look at you and be like, oh look, you failed at being beautiful. Like it's just gonna make
Yeah.
it worse, you know? Like I don't know. That's what I thought of. I just thought of people looking at other people and saying, oh, you're trying, but you're not doing it well, you know? Like,
Yeah.
or you're failing. Like it happens a lot because no one's
Yeah.
gonna be like that perfect model on the magazine. They Photoshop that, you know? Like
Yeah.
people don't walk down the street looking like that. So everyone's gonna look at you and be like, oh, you don't look like her, so you're not beautiful. So it's really like I don't know.
And going,
It's more common than it should be.
yeah. And going along on that line, I feel like they start losing themselves because they're so dependent on what others think.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so instead of focusing on your health and your feelings, everything is now dependent on how others feel and how they
Yeah.
feel about you.
Yeah, that totally goes along with the quote in the beauty poem, just like she's looking for just one with the kind of attention span she could count on. So like someone noticing this hard work that she's putting in, you know.
Yeah.
Um, I was wondering, I was curious what you guys thought this meant, but I can't find it now. The part where she was, oh yeah, I think it was in the first one, when she was like acting like a dumb blonde, and the guy was like touching her hair, but he had a pained expression.
Yeah.
Why do you think it was pained?
I was thinking maybe pained as in like he was really like wanting her, but like
That's what I
couldn't have her at
thought,
that moment.
yeah.
So just like holding it back, so it's kind of like
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I thought too.
just like a huge sexual desire, and like he can't have her right there and then, and so he's kind of it's painful because he just wants her, you know.
Okay, I'll put that into the example of like being dependent on other people
Yeah.
because if she's looking for somebody who can hold his attention, I guess. Okay. Perfect. Anything else?
Yeah, did you get the quote? There's also that attention of the series of tall men. Did you get that quote too?
Where is that? Oh, right here. Auditioning a
It's
series.
right after. Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be a good one too. Because then it just needs as many men to notice her, you know, give her that attention that she grows up finding out that she needs for her
Yeah.
work, you know.
Mhm. Well, it's always funny because at the same time, um, the guys are being put under that pressure also auditioning. So like, it's more about women, but it still has a jab at guys too.
Awesome.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Last question. How might the effort of trying to meet society's expectation of beauty affect a person's life?
I kind of feel like it's kind of cool because like these two poems show different examples. Like the first one, she realizes just how much it doesn't matter, you know. But in the second one, it's all that mattered, and so she ended her life. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
I don't know if that makes sense. If I just like bluntly,
Yeah, it can entirely change someone's life.
yeah,
But then in the outside world, time still moves on. Like that quote on, and all those other beautiful women, the magazines and the streets just keep on being beautiful.
yeah,
So internally, everything is changing, but outside, it just keeps on moving. No one really cares.
Yeah.
it's kind of cool because like also in the beauty poem it says they seem to have one hand touching the secret place that keeps their beauty safe, and so like if you have it, you have to like do everything you can to keep it
To
and
protect
like
it. Yeah.
protect it because that's what matters. Like that's gold, you know?
Yeah. I noticed that too. Like it's something that they're like it's like I don't know how to explain what I'm thinking. It's like the only thing that matters to them. Like they're not trying to keep their lives safe. They're not trying to keep their family safe. They have their hands over this secret place that protects their
Yeah,
beauty.
totally.
So it's like it can become this obsessive, like unhealthy
Yeah,
thing. Yeah.
yeah,
For sure. Well, I think the first girl too, the one in beauty, like she was obviously quite compelled by that beauty. She wanted to be that as well, but she really had no choice but to let it go.
Yeah. Yeah, she was very dependent on it because it's really like I guess that's all she had.
yeah,
Or that's what she thought she had. She definitely everyone
Yeah.
has more than that.
There's nothing wrong with wanting to become better, or because we all try to become smarter, so there's nothing wrong with trying to become more beautiful. But when you have it like completely control your life to like result of
Yeah.
obsession, and like when she's apologizing, she went to and fro, so it means that she was constantly apologizing to others for something that's not even her fault.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think that's when the problem lies.
Nicely said. I like that. Any other quotes or comments you guys want to include?
Oh.
Maybe something that's kind of interesting is that, so in the first beauty poem, it says, "I'm probably the only one in the whole world who actually remembers being in high school." And so it's kind of like, even though she worked so hard, nobody remembers it, you know?
Yeah.
It's such a temporary thing. So just going along the lines of like what you was saying about time and everything. So it's just so temporary that, but like, it just matters so much in that moment, but then it's just like people move on and there's someone beautiful or pretty, you know?
And for the question, one of the questions, what are the obstacles faced by women? And I think someone said this, but like in the Barbie poem, the beginning, the girl child was born as usual and presented dolls. It's just how from birth we're kind of told to look at these dolls and this is the beauty standard of these Barbie dolls.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like society is slowly changing to accept more body types, but there's still that one beauty standard.
Yeah.
Yeah, and along with that, the language they use with that too. Like, it just sounds baby, you know what I mean? On that same line. I just feel like it's degrading women, like you're talking down.
Yeah.
All right, well, I think I have lots and lots to choose from.
Oh, cool.
And I'm glad the internet works today.
Yeah.
At least sort of. You guys still cut out a lot, but. Oh.
Try.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, have a good night, everyone, and I'll send the link.
Yeah. Good night.
Good night.